So let's begin with a few morning stretches. Go ahead and find a nice comfortable seat on your mat, allowing the sit bones to remain rooted underneath. So you might just kindly pull that skin up and away from the sit bones, rooting them into the ground or mat. Try to relax the thighs, legs, bringing the shoulders to stack over the hips, but just relaxing the arms and the lap. Allow the eyelids to close. And just start to observe the breath as it enters through the nostrils and exits through the nostrils. With each inhale you take, you'll allow your belly to expand or rise. And on the exhales, belly contracts back to spine. That allows more space for air to enter on the inhales. And relaxes the body on the exhales. Take nice even breath, allowing the inhales to match the length of your exhales. And just take 3 more breaths or so, nice and even. And on your next inhale, you'll open the eyes. Bring both palms to the center. And just press into the palms to open the chest. And then you'll just release both palms to your sides. You'll plant that right hand into the ground or mat. Bring a little bend to the right elbow. And inhale to send the left arm up to the ceiling. Finding a really nice stretch along the left side of body. And then just exhale, left hand right back to the ground. The left hand will plant, a little bend to the left elbow. You'll inhale, right arm skyward. You can go ahead and keep your gaze ahead, or if comfortable, you can look up to the arm. You're keeping the right hip rooted into the ground. And exhale, right hand will come back to the mat. From here, you'll just roll over to a gentle tabletop position, allowing the knees to stack or root underneath the hips, the palms to root right underneath the shoulders. The belly will come down. As you inhale, you'll look up, tipping the head and tailbone up. On the exhale, you'll round the back. Chin draws to chest. Inhaling, you'll find that tilt up, chest expands. Exhale, belly to spine. Take a few of those at a nice slow pace. Try not to feel a sense of rush as you move, and just allow your body to move with the pace of your breath. Maybe 1 or 2 more. So once you complete here, you're just going to give the toes a curl under behind you. And just lift to a downward facing dog so the hips begin to come up and away from the hands. I'm not going to stay here very long, but just keep a nice bend to the knees, one little stretch in the back. And on your next exhale, you'll gaze ahead and step towards the top of your mat. 1 or 2 steps is fine. Relax the head towards the shins in a forward fold. So it might be nice to just grab the opposite, with opposite hands, your opposite elbows, and kind of hang low here. If your legs don't feel warm, you're going to keep a little bend to the knees. Also protects the low back, and you can relax the upper body. You can even shift a little bit or sway side to side. And then you'll release those hands and just slowly rise up to standing from here, stacking 1 vertebra at a time until you come all the way standing. And then as you step back to the top of the mat, you'll bring the palms into the chest. Send the gaze and arms up on the inhale. Exhale, bending from the hips to fold forwards. You'll come up halfway on the inhale, flattening the back. Exhale, send the hands to the ground. Take a step back with your left foot and come to a high lunge here. So right knee is over right ankle, left wrist under shoulder, and right arm comes up towards the ceiling or sky. So here you'll want to make sure your left shoulder is not creeping up to your ears. that your left shoulder glides down and towards the spine, and that front knee stays over your ankle. Pressing your back foot or heel away from the head. Maybe a little warmer now. Take 2 more breaths. And your exhale, right hand travels back to the ground. So send both feet towards the back of mat, towards downward facing dog. And you might allow your feet to adjust, hips distance apart. Maybe the bend to the knees still. You're sending the hips away from the hands here. Take 2 or 3 long breaths. The navel or belly draws in and up towards the spine, lifting tailbone. And this time as you exhale, you'll bend both knees and look ahead. Send this time the left leg to the top of the mat. 1 or 2 steps is fine. Knees over the ankle, right wrist under shoulder, and you'll inhale that left arm skyward. Again, you're pulling that right shoulder down into your spine. Left arm is skyward. If it's uncomfortable for the neck to look up, you can always look ahead. Again, your back heels pressing away from the head, looking for length here, head to toe. 2 more breaths. On the exhale, the left hand returns. You'll send again both feet towards the back of the mat, towards downward facing dog. Hips travel away from hands. Take 3 breaths. Make sure you're rooting into the fingertips in addition to the wrists or palm. And this time on your inhale, you'll shift the weight forward to a plank position, sending the shoulders over the wrists and starting to press the heels away from the head. You're going to exhale high to low plank, so you'll keep the elbows nice and close and travel down towards the ground and then flip tops of feet to the mat as you expand the chest. And exhale back to your downward facing dog. On the next exhale, you'll bend the knees and look ahead. Step or walk to the top of mat. Halfway up on the inhale, look ahead. Exhale to fold. And inhale to come back up to standing. Send the palms and gaze skyward. Exhale, send them back down to the heart. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale up. Exhale, bending to fold forwards. Halfway up to flatten the back on inhale. Exhale, hands to the ground. Step back with your left foot. Send that left wrist under shoulder. Inhale, right arm skyward. 3 breaths. Head away from heels. On the exhale, the right hand plants. Send it back to your downward facing dog. Nice long spine. 3 breaths. And this time the left foot steps forwards, knee over the ankle, right wrist under shoulder, left arm opens up, skyward. And on the exhale, left hand returns. Take it back to your downward facing dog, 3 breaths. Maybe the knees stay a little bit bent still, maybe not. And then you'll shift the weight forward to your plank, shoulders over the wrists. You'll travel high to low plank, keeping the elbows close to body. And finding a nice expansive chest on inhale. Exhaling back to downward facing dog. And on the exhale, bend the knees and look ahead. Return again to the top. Come halfway up on the inhale, look ahead. Exhale as you fold. Inhale, take it to standing. Send the palms and gaze up. And exhale back down to heart. One last time, just the same. Inhale, look up. Exhale, bend from the hips to fold. Halfway up on the inhale. Exhale, root the hands, step the left foot back, right knee over ankle, right arm opens up. Exhale. exhale, right hand to the ground. Come back to your downward facing dog. Exhale. Take 3 breaths. And then you'll send that left foot to the top of mat, knee over ankle. Left arm comes skyward. Head away from heels, pressing through that back heel. And exhale, left hand to the ground. Take it back to downward facing dog. 3 last breaths. And then shift the weight forward, shoulders over the wrists. And exhale, high to low, elbows stay close. You'll expand the chest on inhale. And exhale, back down dog. So from your downward facing dog, allow the knees to bend on your next exhale. Look ahead, step or walk back to the top. Come halfway up on the inhale. Exhale as you fold. And inhale, find that rise to standing, sending the length up. And exhaling